every year, FSU and UF offer a joint field course, which is called the Biology of Sharks. If you're deeply curious and reasonably adventurous, I think that you might really enjoy this course. You'll learn some stuff in theory, but then we can go out and grab some of these animals, and the first thing the students realize is some of them are quite large. You know, seeing some organism that large on television is very different than seeing an organism that large when you're right on the boat and its mouth is a foot across and it's grumpy. So my name is Gavin Naylor. I am the director of the Florida Program for Shark Research at the University of Florida. And this is a collaboration between Dr. Dean Grubbs at FSU, who's a professor there, based at the Marine Lab, and myself, and I'm a professor at the Florida Museum of Natural History. The students in the course actually get to take part in meaningful survey work.
I think this is really beneficial just for working with large animals like sharks, because that's really not something you can replicate in a lab. Like, you know, being able to handle them, being able to take real field measurements, being able to take like field data and stuff kind of there. So I think it's just unique in the way that you can like collect data and interact with things you'd normally be like working on in the classroom.
So after the gill net was set out, myself and Felipe, who's another UF student, we both were in charge of cutting up the bait, and I don't really eat meat, so cutting up the fish was kind of new for me. But I did a decent job, and I was able to get the hang of it. It was very fast paced because, you know, we had to cut the fish into the certain, you know, size sections that we had to cut it for, and put it on the proper hook size and everything, and then hook it up the correct way, and then we set out the long lines. And then after we'd collected all the species and looked at them from the gill net, we went back out to the long line, and we kind of all helped each other and took turns with collecting the hooks and then collecting any of the sharks that were on the line. So we all, you know, rotated around who got to help with holding the sharks and measuring them out, because we put them along the little measuring trough that we have.
One of the wonderful things about the course is that we have these two institutions and the two institution marine labs contributing to the experience. The first one is the FSU Marine Lab at St. Teresa, which is a fairly well-appointed marine lab with lots of facilities. And the second one is the Seahorse Key Marine Lab, and we all live in the lighthouse, but in terms of just being on an isolated sort of desert island, it's a fairly magical place. Unfortunately, Seahorse Key Marine Lab suffered tremendous damage, first of all in 2023 from Hurricane Helene, but then in 2024 we had Hurricane Helene, which was devastated a lot of Cedar Key and all of the Marine Lab at Seahorse Key, rendering it inoperable.
So we had a lab here that has been here since at least the 1950s, and it had a water table in there, and we could have classes in there and do some lectures, and so people could do a field class and they'd have a classroom to go to. Hurricane Helene created the highest storm surge in the history of Cedar Key, and the water actually got up under the building and picked it up and floated it off of the footers and moved it off, and it was a building that was built in the 1950s, so it really wasn't worth salvaging. So we demolished the building here. We have a pavilion here now, but what we want to do is recreate a lab that allows people to come here and work, but also have it be very hurricane resilient. In my view, there's just not very many places like this left in Florida, where you have an island offshore that has facilities in a historic pre-Civil War lighthouse that you could spend the night in, and at the same time do marine science right on the water. But you're only 3 miles from town and you're in cell phone range, so it's safe. If there's a problem out here, we live right in town, our boat captain lives in town, we can get out here quickly. We can take care of people that are out here. So it's a safe environment, but at the same time, it's a really remote experience for kids.